What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Ready to Love, Make a Move, Season 1, Episode number 8, you guys. And this episode is titled All Work, No Play, you guys. So before we go ahead and jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Ready to Love, Make a Move, shall we? All right, you guys, so with Ready to Love, Make a Move, I'm a little confused, you guys, because I'm trying to figure out what is the end of this process going to look like, because it's very confusing to me, at least with the original Ready to Love. We narrow it down to our final couples and they all decide if they are in fact ready to love. But this show, we see the women and they're going on dates with guys, have their keepers, and then they'll go on another blind date. You know what I'm thinking, and you know what it is? I just figured out what the situation is. Remember the mixer that we had, right? I think what they are doing is they cast all those men, and so now they're going back in and just rotating, and see if the ladies actually give the guys a try. I feel like that's what we're doing. And I think at this point they're probably out of the guys. I don't know. But I'm wondering, how does this process wrap up is the question. Like, how does this process, I'm curious as to how this process is going to wrap up. I'm not saying that I'm ready for the show to end, but I'm just thinking about the process. Like, how is this going to end? Now, this episode, I really didn't even pay attention to the fact that the last episode we left off with Ashley. And like I've been saying plenty of times before, I am so tired of ending an episode with Ashley. No shade to Ashley, but I really am over ending episodes with Ashley. And you guys remember the last episode was when Donald was telling Ashley that he was previously married. So Donald was married when he was 21 years old. He and his wife, they went down to the courthouse and they got married. And, she asked him how long were they together. He said they were together for about a year. And after that, the marriage ended. It cost about $200 to end the marriage because at that time, neither one of them had anything. They had nothing to split up, and they had no kids. So it was an amicable divorce. His family didn't know until after they went down to the courthouse, and that was Ashley. Like I said, can we please stop ending the episodes with Ashley? I like Ashley, but I would prefer if we stopped ending the episodes with Ashley. Thank you, please. So we see Sharice, and I think Vernisha was in this room with her, right? You guys know Sharice doesn't have a keeper because she ended up sending Zelle home. So you guys remember she went on a blind date and it was with Will. Again, she has no keeper. So what Tamika did is Tamika gave her a phone call and said, hey, what we're going to do is, since you don't have a keeper, we're going to send you out on a blind date so that way you have two different options. And I was like, okay, cool. Not that I really cared. Now, we see Zadia. Zadia went over to Cameron's crib, right? And Zadia says that this is the first time that she's been to Cameron's crib. I was like, girl, I don't care who tell it, but if that's what you want us to believe, sis, then we will rock with that for now. Now, when she went into Cameron's place did look like a typical bachelor pad, right? And so she was asking him, like, is there room in this place for, just you or someone else? I think Cameron would be open to the idea of having someone else with him. But we'll talk about Cameron a little deeper as we get into the episode, because Cameron's going to say some things and it'll come up a little bit later in the episode. But, Cameron is talking about how when it comes down to him, his life and, his work and everything, how he's trying to make that successful And so they talked about a long distance relationship with Zadia living in DC and him being down here in New Orleans. He's still not 100% on wanting to move up to DC. And so Zadia says, well, how would a long distance relationship work? It'll work if you guys want to make it work. I don't, when it comes to Cameron, I don't know if Zadia is overlooking things when it comes to Cameron, because I get some intent from Cameron, but I don't get intent from Cameron, because she asked him at one point, is she worth it for, the process of, whatever, being in a long distance relationship. Let me know what you guys think. I kind of was tuning out a little bit, no shade, just a little bit. I tuned out just a little bit. A part of me tuned the hell out when they were talking. I wasn't listening. I wasn't 100% listening, because I don't know what it is between Zadia and Cameron. I really don't. I think he likes her, but then I realized, like I said, his job, and I think he's putting a lot into it. But they both did say at one point that, they used to think that a long distance relationship wasn't something that they were interested in, but I guess at this point they are both saying that they would be interested in a long distance relationship. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Pausing here, and we're going to move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So next up is Charisse. And so Charisse is on a blind date, and she is meeting this guy named Nick, who was at the mixer in episode 1. And so she was like, at the mixer, Nick was giving her the eyes, and, Nick was giving her the eyes, right? And she was giving him the eyes. When she sat down with Nick, their conversation, I am so confused by Charisse. When I tell you guys, I'm confused by Charisse. They connected on the fact that she does Pilates, he works out at the gym. She says she would like to see what his six-pack looks like. And, maybe she will get to see it. I was like, huh? And I was like, wait a minute, so this is all sexual energy? Because y'all ain't had, unless we missed something, y'all ain't had no kind of conversation with each other besides working out, seeing his six-pack, and that was it. Nothing else. Nothing else happened with that. Literally. So I was confused. Hella confused about the situation. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Now, we move over to Vernisha. Vernisha is having a date with Tabari. So Vernisha is at Tabari's home, and Tabari has cooked for her, right? Again, this show, you guys, I'm still trying to understand. The premise from what they are selling it to us is, you guys, hold on, you guys. I'm going to have to pause real quick. So you guys remember a minute ago I was just telling you guys that I feel as if what they're doing is they are bringing men from the mixer to meet the women on these blind dates? I am correct, because I am looking at this first episode on my television. That's why you guys keep seeing me look straight. I'm looking at this episode. The one guy, Tabari, was at the mixer, because I see Jabari and I see Tabari. So I'm correct. And there was a guy that Charisse went on a date with, the one who, oh my God, I can't remember that man's name. He was so awkward. But I think that that's what they are doing. They are bringing men from, the blind dates are literally the men from the mixer. I am so glad that Charisse said that in this episode. I am so glad that Charisse said that in this episode. I finally put two and two together what they are doing. Y'all are having the women, they didn't pick the men in the mixer originally, so now we're going back and we're having them go out on blind dates with the men from the mixer. Are y'all serious? Oh my God, that is what they're doing. That is exactly what it is. Oh my God. Because Tabari is at this damn mixer, you guys. I promise you, Tabari. I just saw Tabari. He was standing right next to Jabari at this mixer. Oh my God. Y'all gotta. It is what it is, you guys. I'm not tripping about it. It's cool. I don't even know what the hell I was talking about. Oh, Vernisha and Tabari. Go figure. Vernisha and Tabari. So he cooked her dinner, and they're talking about once again a long distance relationship. Now, Vernisha said that she was okay with thinking about potentially moving to New Orleans, but with Tabari, he has a child that lives in Mississippi, so he spends quite a bit of his time there. And I was like, dude, I don't remember ever hearing Tabari talk about a child, but maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. So Bernice is just asking him basically like, what does a long distance relationship look like with them, right? Tabari's whole thing is if, priorities can change. I was like, priorities with your child? You would prioritize a woman over your child? I was confused as to what he was saying when he said priorities can change. Because when he said that, I was like, I don't necessarily know if your priorities can change with the child. Are you saying that they can move there? What are you saying, Tabari? I was confused, just a little bit confused. But he said priorities can change and they can make it work. I was like, okay, if you say so, Tabari. I mean, that's your. If you feel that way, then sir, you feel that way. It is what it is. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree, whatever. Let's pause here and move forward and wrap up this episode, you guys. All right, you guys. So later in the episode, Cameron came over to the house to see Zadia, right? And so Cameron is telling Zadia how, for him, he feels like this process is moving way too fast. And I mean, I get that, and I'll give him that the process is probably moving very fast, right? Because we don't know how long they filmed this show. They probably could have filmed this show in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, who knows, right? So it may be a fast process for him, and then he, on top of that, he has his real life that he's still trying to juggle. So he's trying to juggle work and juggle this relationship or whatever it is between him and Zadia. So I don't have a problem with it. I actually kind of have a little bit more respect for him being honest about the situation, but I want you guys to tell me how you guys felt about that situation. So we get to the mixer, and the ladies are going to be telling the men who they're going to be keeping, right? And so Vernisha, she ended up keeping Tabari, and then Ashley, she kept Don, but she was sitting there saying to him that she had an issue. She couldn't really get past the fact that he was previously married. I was like, girl, he said he was 21 years old. Then in your interview, you said that you like the fact that he is a hopeless romantic. So Ashley, which one is it? Pick it. Pick one. I don't know which one you want to pick, sis, but pick one. Charisse. I was thoroughly confused by Charisse. Now, Charisse was torn between Will and she was torn between Will and what's his name? Nick, right? And when she was torn between them two, I was like, what's the confusion between Nick and Will? Because I didn't see it. This is my personal opinion. I didn't see it, right? But she went and got some advice from Zadia and Vernisha, but she ultimately ended up picking Nick. I was like, that's hella interesting. You picked Nick. Y'all didn't have, okay, never mind. Maybe it's something that we missing. Maybe it's something we're missing. So Tamika came back in and told the ladies that she's gonna set them up on dates with men that they may have overlooked. I was like, girl, say what now? So Vernisha went out on a date with Mizell. And Vernisha told Mizell how she felt about the fact that he basically downplayed her, and he downplayed her when he was talking to Charisse. He wants to say that when it came down to him and Charisse, that they weren't really talking like that. I was like, y'all weren't, because she was keeping you around. So where's the disconnect at? Like, because there's a disconnect somewhere in this situation. I don't know what the disconnect is. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Zadia ended up keeping Cameron. And so, what I will say when it comes down to my Zelle, I felt like my Zelle was just spitting words at Vernisha. I really did. I didn't think he was. I didn't think he was being serious at all. I just felt like it was just words that he was just throwing at Vernisha. Now, the scene from next week's episode, Tamika, production. What is going on here? Why are y'all bringing Kirsten back and the mute? I can't remember what the man's name is. The man never talked to Sharice. Why are y'all bringing them back? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I was confused as hell, you guys. But that is this episode of Ready to Love, Make a Move. If I left anything out, you guys, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below, you guys. And that is going to wrap it up for me. There is literally something wrong with my TV. Be sure to like the video, you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. Until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.